Am I being detained?
Did you see these lights?
So does that mean I'm being detained?
You are being detained right now. Why?
What reasonable suspicion?
I asked him if I was free to go, and he said you are not free to go.
Alright folks, this update video comes to you by way of Cammed Up Caveman's backup channel. A complaint has been filed on this officer, and because of it, he will receive training.
I asked him what reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime did I commit.
Throughout the years, there have been numerous incidents involving police officers doing atrocious things to kids. We've seen a police chief try to meet up with an underage preteen. We've seen public officials get arrested for doing the same thing. Shout out to all the predator poacher channels that are out there. This cop was talking to a kid at a park. The man recording decided to document what was happening. The cop, who was never trained on the First Amendment, decides to detain the man and lie about him breaking a law that just doesn't exist. The actions of the cop is what happens when cops are given a gun and a badge and put in the streets with presumed authority. Last thing we want to see is a cop violate people's rights, then say things like, let the courts deal with it. This is extremely costly to the taxpayers, and it's one thing that could easily be avoided if we force police to actually know the people's natural rights. We were able to uncover a pattern of cops not actually knowing the oath they swore to uphold. Not one video on the internet shows a cop getting sworn in and actually knowing it. Check out this video, subscribe to the original channel, let them know we sent you. Let's get right to the video, folks.
All right. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing?
Your contact is non-consensual, sir.
Do you see those lights? This isn't consensual. So I'm stopping you because you're filming the kid, okay? I understand that you have an issue with law enforcement. I understand that you're trying to film me, but in the process of you filming,
do you understand that this is public?
Let me finish real quick. In the process of me filming,
am I being detained?
You filming me?
Am I being detained?
Did you see these lights?
So does that mean I'm being detained?
You are being detained right now. Why?
What reasonable suspicion, articulable suspicion?
Filming a child. That is why. And I was trying to explain that to you, but you want to interrupt me just to ask.
So am I under arrest? Are you going to arrest me for filming a child, sir?
All right.
In public?
Listen.
I don't need to listen to your shit. Your contact is non-consensual.
You can't ask me a question and then not allow me to answer it. Like how? Why would you ask the question if you're not going to let me answer, Miss? Why? Why even ask the question then? Does that make sense? Does that make sense to ask a question and then not allow anybody to answer? Okay. So, just so you understand, since I didn't get to say it when I initially started talking to you, I understand that you are filming. You are free to film. I have no issue with that. We are on public property. I have no issue with that. Just so you know, I am filming as well. Okay? Body cam for video and audio. All right? So, the reason I'm coming over to talk with you is because you are filming a child. I understand that you like to film us and make sure that we are doing our job correctly and proficiently. I understand that. I have no issue with that. But in the process of you filming me, you're filming a child. Okay? Of all the different interactions that you've had with law enforcement, that is the reason I came over here to speak with you, okay? Do you understand that? Mr. Do you understand what I just said?
I plead the fifth, sir.
Okay.
Your contact is non-consensual.
It isn't consensual. This is not a consensual encounter. You are detained. This is not a consensual encounter.
For what crime am I being detained for?
Explain that to
For
you.
filming a child.
For filming a child. Yes.
Are you fucking for real, dude?
Were you
In
not
public?
filming a child? Were you not filming me talking to that child? My point exactly.
Am I free to go, sir?
You are not free to go.
Am I under
have
arrest,
my
sir?
supervisor on his way.
Who is your
So
supervisor?
You're more than welcome to speak with him. His name is Sparkman. Officer Sparkman. So, outside of the legality of this, while we're waiting for my supervisor and you pleading the fifth, out of curiosity, were you in the military? Just out of curiosity, it has nothing to do with this stop. I'm just wondering, because you're wearing the hat you're wearing. You're not in trouble by answering. I'm a veteran myself. I just wanted to thank you for your service if you were. That is the only reason I'm asking. If you still feel to plead the fifth to that, that's fine. Okay? But if you were military, I appreciate your service and thank you. Okay? Outside of this interaction. All right? Okay, good talk. So, why are we filming a child?
Your name and badge number, sir.
I know that you can see it, but it's Officer Horton, badge number ZH462. Okay? Anything else I can answer for you before I go back to my question?
What articulable reasonable suspicion of a crime have I committed that made you detain me,
So
sir?
why do I continue to answer that question specifically if I've already made that
Because you haven't stated a law that says I can't
several
film a
times?
child in public.
It is illegal to film a child.
Are
Yes,
you
it is.
ridiculous, dude?
It is illegal to film children. It is. Do you have that parent's consent to film that child? Do you have that parent's consent to film their child? I didn't think so. Okay. So, while we're waiting, did you want to get the car number? It's 1601. Charlie 1, can you run 29P on Anthony? So this is my supervisor. So I stepped out with him because he's filming a juvenile. Say what? I stepped out with him because he's filming a juvenile.
He detained me is what he meant to say.
That's why the lights are on.
No, he detained
No, I
me, sir.
detained him. I'm investigating, trying to find out why he is filming a child.
And you're his supervisor?
He's not.
And is filming a child in public illegal, sir?
Filming a child? Why are you filming a child?
I was filming your fucking officer here, but he claims that I was filming a child.
All right.
I stated that. I stated that.
What do you mean just be gone? He fucking detained me illegally, sir.
You're not detained. You can go.
The reason for having a supervisor come to a scene of a police encounter is so that they can assess the situation and manage the cop that's on scene. These assistant managers should have more training and understanding of how law enforcement works. In this video, the supervisor arrives and does his job. Well, sorta. He tells the man recording he's free to go. What he doesn't do is admit that the officer who detained the man is wrong. He waves him off and tells him he's done, but he doesn't tell the cop that he's wrong. He doesn't correct the officer's actions on the spot as he should have. Here are two angles of the encounter with the supervisor.
You're not detained. You can go.
He detained me, sir.
But I'm telling you,
being detained,
He's undetaining you.
yes.
So
You're free to go, sir.
Okay, so I'm free to go,
Yes,
and
you're
I'm
free
free
to
to
go.
stay. Fuck you, Officer Horton, you piece of shit.
Thank you,
You
bud.
scumbag motherfucker.
Thank you.
You just illegally detained me. Do you understand what you did, sir?
I did
You
not.
scumbag,
He's
John.
trumping
thug
me.
motherfucker.
Just-
He's
Do
trumping
you
me
understand
and
what you
letting
just
you go.
did? What
I
the
did
fuck
not.
is wrong with you?
I don't
How long have you
understand
been a
why y'all
police
have
officer,
so much
sir?
leniency to him.
John.
How long have you been a
done.
police officer,
Just be
sir?
done.
Why don't you look it up on your little pay chart?
He detained me, sir. Am I being detained, Mr. Horton?
He's undetaining you.
Yes.
Okay, so I
You're
don't
free to go,
understand
sir.
why.
Okay, so I'm free to go, and I'm free to stay. Fuck you, Officer Horton, you piece of shit.
Thank
You
bud.
scumbag motherfucker.
Thank you.
You just illegally detained me. Do you understand what you did, sir?
I did
You
not.
scumbag,
He's
blue line
trumping
thug
me.
motherfucker.
He's
Do
trumping
you
me
understand
and
what you
letting
just did?
go.
You illegally detained me for filming a child, sir. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I
How
don't
long have you been a
understand
police
why y'all
officer,
have so
sir?
much leniency to him.
How long have you been a police officer, sir?
Why don't you look it up on your little pay chart.
You're a real disrespectful pig, sir.
Am I?
You certainly are.
How? Tell me how I am.
Fucking detaining me for filming in public, you stupid son of a bitch.
No, that was not.
What's your name and badge number, sir?
Officer Sparkman, CH469. You're free to go. You're free to go, sir.
I sure hope you're going to speak to this gentleman about what he just did to me.
I will. We're good.
What do you mean we're good? I'm not fucking good. I was just illegally detained. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man?
Alright folks, and here are my final thoughts on this video. This is the kind of stuff that happens when cops aren't trained properly. They really don't understand that people have rights. They're not being trained how to enforce laws. They're being trained how to enforce feelings. And that's exactly what this cop was doing. Since we started this channel, we started asking cops if they know the First Amendment of the Constitution, and almost none of them seem to know it, folks. And we've asked hundreds of them. The patterns don't lie. And it's not that cops can't answer the question. Knowing and understanding the First Amendment isn't an opinion. It is a part of their job. And yes, they can answer that question. But why don't they? The truth is they never learned it. The truth is they're only being trained on brute force and compliance. And then they give them a gun and a badge and throw them out in the streets and they say, hey, let's go catch the bad guys. This has become a huge problem and it's costing taxpayers an uber amount of money. The cops will say things like, well, I'm going to take you to jail. We'll let the courts deal with it. You can argue your case in court. That right there, folks, is extremely costly. And why do cops continue to do this? Because this type of behavior is encouraged, not just by the supervisors, but by the courts as well. The truth is, this system is only sustainable to keep the courts open and running. But the fact of the matter is, it's not a sustainable system to the taxpayer. In many of our videos, we ask police officers if they know the First Amendment and they don't know it. And that's why you've seen this cop detain this man and tell him that he's breaking the law, which he wasn't. Folks, it's not only our right to record police, but at this point, it's our duty to do it. The patterns don't lie. Cops are violating people's rights every single day. It's an unsustainable system for the taxpayer. And folks, you should not be letting your kids leave the house without knowing their rights. So before you guys head out over to Cammed Up Caveman's backup channel to go subscribe, we're going to go ahead and teach you the First Amendment of the Constitution. That way you can teach it to your family members and they carry this with them wherever they go. These elements mirror your natural rights. So here it is. You have a freedom of religion. You have a freedom of speech. You have a freedom of press. You have a freedom to assemble. And a freedom to petition your government for a redress of grievances. So important the Second Amendment was written to protect that. These are your natural rights, folks. We have to understand that these documents, the First Amendment, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, these documents don't give you your rights. These documents are supposed to limit the scope of authority that cops and public officials have over you, over us, over we the people. So I guess it's upon us, we the people, to teach each other and to help each other. That's why if you haven't subscribed to the San Joaquin Valley Transparency channel, you're doing yourself a disservice and your family members as well. Send them my channel link, folks. Send them this video and other videos like this. Let them know that it's important for them to know their rights. Before your teenager goes to a school dance, a football game, Starbucks, the movies, or wherever else they like to go, make sure that they know and understand their rights. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. I will see you on Cammed Up Caveman's backup channel in his comment section. Make sure to let him know I sent you. All right, folks, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.